It can be exciting to think about your possible future career. One way to find out about a career field you're interested in is to interview someone working in that field. By conducting an interview, you find out more about the job they do and the day-to-day tasks, challenges, and rewards they experience. Getting information from someone who actually does the job in the field you're interested in gives you information you can't get elsewhere and helps you understand what that work is really like. Before you interview someone, prepare by thinking of the questions you want to ask. Preparing your questions will help you feel more comfortable and make your interview more effective. In this lesson, you will think of questions for an interview and save them in a document. Writing down the questions will help you remember what to ask. You will then be able to add the person's responses during the interview so you can review them later. As you complete this project in Google Docs, you will create and name a new document, choose a person to interview, add interview questions to your document, and conduct an interview. This lesson uses Google Docs, but you could apply these skills and concepts in any word processing application, or even on a piece of paper. To work on this lesson, sign into your Google account. Open a new tab in your browser and navigate to google.com.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. As you fade away. and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
Did you need to get your job? What do you find challenging about this job? And what do you love about your job? To start, type your questions one at a time. As you add questions, think of some of your own. Consider the details you want to know about doing the job on a daily basis. Ask yourself, what do I want to ask to help me decide if this career is a good choice for me? You should try to have at least 5 questions to ask. Next, add an extra line in case you have another question that you think of during the interview. To organize your questions, make them a numbered list. Add space between each question. This will allow you to enter your responses in the document during the interview. Now, it's your turn. Add 5 or more questions to your document, make the questions a numbered list, and add spaces between your questions. Planning ahead for your interview will help ensure that you are comfortable during your interview and that you get the information you need. If you feel prepared, you will be able to focus on the interview subject and their responses. Adding responses to your interview questions in a document can help you keep track of the information you find out. You can also write responses or record them on a device if your interview subject gives you permission. To begin, add responses to your document as you conduct the interview. Do not worry about making spelling or grammar mistakes as you type, as long as you include the main points. You can correct formatting and other mistakes after the interview. Continue adding responses. If you cannot type or write fast enough, it's okay to politely ask your interview subject to repeat part of a response. You do not have to type every word that your interview subject says. You can paraphrase or summarize the responses to focus on the most important details. Add the details during or after the interview subject's response. After asking the questions in your document, you may think of another question or 2 that you would like to ask. If your interview subject has time, you can ask more questions. Be sure to record them and the responses in your document. When the interview is complete, thank your interview subject for his or her time. When you have time, you can reread and edit your document. Complete a spell check and make any corrections. You can also format the text in your responses. Adding italics to the text in the responses will emphasize them. You can emphasize the responses by making them bold or changing their color as well. Now, it's your turn. Conduct your interview, add the responses to your document, spell check your document, and format the text. While you can read about a career field or a job, there's no better way to understand what a job is like than to speak with someone who actually performs the job. They will have insights and experience to share that will give you a clear idea of daily life in that job. You may even find someone who can advise and mentor you if you choose that field. You may want to conduct a practice interview with a friend or relative first to figure out which works best for you. In this lesson, you opened a new document to use for an interview with someone in an interesting career field. As you conducted your interview, you added responses to your document. You added additional questions you thought of and responses to those questions as needed. Then, you edited and formatted your document to emphasize the responses and make it more organized. Interviewing is an excellent skill that you can also apply to other uses, such as finding out about an event from someone who was there, learning about the lives of family members or friends, or even hiring someone yourself someday. Check out the extensions for this lesson so you can continue to practice using digital skills to learn about different careers. When you are researching careers, you may want to speak with someone who works in a field of interest to you. To conduct an informational interview about a career, you must first contact the person who works in the field. In this extension, you will write an email to send to a potential interview subject. In your email, it is important to remember to be polite, use appropriate formal language, state the purpose of your interview, and provide relevant details about the potential interview. To begin, open your email account. Enter the email address for your potential interview subject. Next, add an email subject. Keep the subject line brief but clear. Be sure you include the reason for your interview. Then, write your email. Say who you are in a sentence or two. Tell them that you want to learn more about their field of work and hear about their experience. Ask if they would be willing to speak with you. You can schedule a specific date and time after they've agreed to the interview. You can then also ask the interview subject whether they would like to complete the interview in person, on the phone, or in a video conference. Reread your email to make sure you've included all relevant details and that you've not made any mistakes. Then send your email. If your first choice does not reply or is not available, do not be discouraged. Write an email to another potential interview subject. You can copy and paste the main text of your email. Be sure to change the greeting and any other information you included specific to the person you emailed. If you do not know anything about the person you're contacting, begin with a simple, polite greeting. Now, it's your turn. Open your email account. Begin a new email. Add the email address and subject. Type your email and send your email. Most career fields include several different jobs within the field. The jobs may be similar, but still include unique tasks. Career paths in a field may start at one place, and then, with experience, evolve into something entirely different. You may also want to learn about an entirely different career path. Learning as much as you can about different jobs will help you decide which path to take when you choose a career. In this extension, you will revise the questions from your first interview for a different job. To begin, contact a professional in another area you're interested in. Be brief and polite with your request. After you have scheduled your interview, open your original interview document. If you do not have an original interview document, you can open a new document instead. You will want to save the information that you learned in your first interview, so make a copy of your document. Then, change the title of the copy you made. Use a unique title that relates to your new interview subject. Update the details for your upcoming interview. Include the job title of the person you will interview. This will show you which jobs each of your interview subjects has when you want to review your career research. Next, Delete the responses from your previous interview. Then reread the questions you used in your previous interview. Make changes to questions that may still be useful for your upcoming interview. Replace other questions with new ones. Because each job is unique, you should ask questions that will help you gain an understanding about the specific features of the job. Continue making changes to your questions. You can change the number of questions if you would like, depending on what you want to find out. Be sure to update any information to match the job you are asking about. You can then use your interview questions during your interview. You may add questions or change questions if you think it will be helpful. Make these changes in your document. Now, it's your turn. Schedule an interview, open your original interview document, update your document details, and edit or replace your questions. When you want to learn about a specific career field, you should research the field. Speaking to several different people working in the field can be helpful. One way to achieve this is by using a survey. A survey is a way to seek information from several professionals at the same time. In this extension, you will create a survey. You will be able to use many of the same questions as in an interview. In your survey, remember to clearly explain your purpose, make it easy to respond, keep your questions brief, and limit the number of questions you ask. To begin, open your Google Drive. Then, create a new form and rename it. Add a title to your survey. Next, add a description. Describe the basic idea and purpose of the survey. Then, begin to add questions. You may be able to use some questions from your interview document. You can edit them if you need to. Choose the format of the question. Short answer and paragraph formats allow people to type in their responses. Multiple choice, checkboxes, and drop-down menus offer people options to select for their responses. Typed responses allow people more flexibility for what they want to share in their responses. However, they take longer to complete. Questions with options will limit choices, but they can be answered quickly. Continue adding questions. Each question should ask about something that will help you better understand the career you're researching. You want to learn as much as possible without requiring too much of your respondents' time. Using checkboxes as your response format allows people to check more than one response. This can be helpful if there are several possible responses to a question. Including a space for respondents to type other choices gives them a chance to include information not given as an option. After your questions are complete, you can customize the theme of your survey to make your survey appear both professional and appealing before you send it. When you are ready, send your survey to professionals you have already contacted. You can also work with your teacher or guidance counselor to locate other potential respondents. Add a brief message about who you are and the purpose for your survey, so professionals receiving your survey will know what it is for. You can include the survey directly in the email. Now, it's your turn. Create a survey in a new form, add a title and description, add questions to your survey, customize your survey theme, and send your survey.